Hello, Andrew Morse here with another tutorial video on how to hack the skills of Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, and the DLCs. Cheat engine doesn't work, as far as I've seen, and we're gonna jump straight into it. So to do this, you're gonna need a tool. It's called HXD. I'll put a link in the description. It's a common software. Download page. So I'm just showing you how to get it. Download it here. You have to be afraid of it. It's just a normal tool. You can change the X values, decimal values from code, from what I understand. I uninstalled it. You can install it yourself. I installed it so that I can show you how to install it. You know, it's a YouTube tutorial. Of course, you could just ask ChatGPT, but hey, here we are. Alright, so you get your little HXD here. Looks complicated. Isn't that complicated? Quite simple. I like it to be there. So you have your games, or one game. Doesn't really matter. Any one of these, if you click on them, you end up in the same folder. You can see here, manage browse local files, or in this directory, different drive probably. And then you have the game, right? The save files, they are stored in the mods folder. Let me pull that back up again. Okay. So just very briefly, because this might be confusing and it's a little bit important. So you have the main game, the base game, which is Orange Miss. Then you have Desert Siege, which is the first DLC, the MP1, and you have Island Thunder on MP2. It's important because the save files are stored in each of these. So, say you start up the game, right? I'm gonna start up the game. Okay, so once your game is started up, you want to go to campaign, and this is where it gets important. Your new campaign, and you can select which DLC or the main game you're going to play. So this is Origin Miss, MP1, and MP2, right? So we take the main game, and we call it something recognizable, because it's going to be stored within your save files. This is called like main 01, for example, or something like that. I don't know. Pick any elite difficulty, of course. I wasn't gonna pick recruit. If you're briefing, okay, this is why I'm making the tutorial. Even though it's a really old game and you're probably gonna use this once or twice in your whole life, but hey, whatever. It takes only 5 minutes of my time. So you have your crew here. You can auto assign them or select them, and once you select them, you'll see that they have 4 skills, and you need combat points throughout the game to fill those skills up. You could also get the badges, but I'm not going to do that today. You can figure it out for yourself. Sorry. So the skills, they were important to me. I like to play with a full stack game where I have skilled soldiers and not a bunch of noobs running around. Kind of makes sense, right? A little bit. So you can't really cheat engine this. I've tried to cheat engine the combat points. But it's very hard to consistently do this, I found. Anyway, I think it's a good idea to start up the game first. And save the game. And then exit the game. It's important that later on we don't load that save. At least I wouldn't do that. It doesn't seem very smart to me. Right, so I'll close that and act like it wasn't open. We're gonna open the game directory. We're gonna go to mods. I don't know why it's in mods, but okay. Origin Miss, because we made a save in the main game. Again, main game, Origin Miss, right? The first DLC, just Desert Siege in MP1 and Island Thunder in MP2. Okay. Origin Miss, go to save, game, and we'll see main 01 SF CSF bin. All right, that's what you want. So you presumably have your HXD open here. What you want to do, you could open the file here, or you can just drag it here in here. Now this might be confusing at first sight, but this is how you do it. I like to change this to 32, so it's I have a good overview on what's going on here. Essentially, what you're seeing is the main stats of your crew. I think it's independent from the saves. I can't say that with certainty, so I wouldn't load those saves. You just need this bin. That's pretty much, it's like saves your stats. And each time you get a new soldier or specialist, it will appear in here. Now it's a little bit complicated, this part, right? You have these names. That's what you want to watch out for. The name, Omar Guerrero, whatever his name is, and you'll see these hexadecimal units, I think you call them. Right after a name, you have this value here. So 00, you have 01, likely, 02, 01, and 02. You see where it's going, right? You have 4 skills. The rest is zeros or Fs, so there are ways of marking empty spaces or a next one. So essentially what you're going to do, from what I remember, there's 8 skill points. So you put in 8, put in 8, put in 8. And it's very important, don't click here and put 8, because then it's 82. That's not what you want. I clicked there and it's 08. So if you accidentally do that. The first time you do this, you have to do that for everyone. So this is going to take 5 minutes of your time, but your entire crew will be in high skills. Another thing, I don't know if it happened yet. Let's see. No. Okay, there is currently just one Brian. At some point in your game, it will save independent. No, it is already happening. I just have to click here and search correctly. So as you can see, you have 2 Brians. I don't know which is the right one. I messed around with this. You could find it out by doing 1/2. This defines the half of the page, right? So you have 1/2 here, and there's a Brian there, and it's the other half here, and there's a Brian there, right? So you could do 1/2 first and figure out which one is actually applicable, but I just change all of them, honestly. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna change that really quick now, and I'll make a time lapse of it. You can see I highlight the names here that are human readable format. And then I go right beside them to find the 4 skills of each soldier and change them into 8. Okay, I changed everyone to 8, as you can see, and for your sake, I'm going to start up the game and see if it works like this. So we're reaching the half point here, where the doubles are. I don't know which side is correct, but we're going to find out now. I never bothered to find out. All right. Skip your main, resume, start. Don't press save or load save. Start the game. And that was correct. Okay, so it's the first half. Do you have any specialists yet? So you can see here it's correct on the right side. Yep. Cool. And you could technically, if Maku goes away, you could start the game. Right. Yeah, they're very skilled, definitely. Really good. Awesome. Okay. Quit. Yeah, so it was the first half, and this second half is apparently not important. If it doesn't work, edit the second half too. That's what I did. And, just press save after you're done. Make sure that it's actually saved and you actually make a difference. And when you press save, you'll see it saved this BAK file. Again, don't freak out. This is just a backup file of the previous. So if you mess up, you could remove this. Well, first probably delete this file, then remove this back dot or dot back, and then you have your old file back. So, you're free to mess around, but it'll just cost more of your time. The same method can be used for the DLCs that are available. And that's about it. Yes, I'm still using Bandicam in 2025. I don't care, it's great. Alright, I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in a couple of years likely. Have a good day and take care.